Rap music is a genre that thrives off of the live performance. But sadly, there hasn't been a lot of commercial releases of live rap concerts on vinyl. There's been a few lately that have come out in the last couple years, but not a whole lot. Not anything of too much value, in my opinion. Um, but in the past, there has been a few notable releases. One is credited as being the very first live rap concert on vinyl, and that's Boogie Down Productions' Live Hardcore Worldwide. See that? That's the promo copy there. That's Boogie Down Productions. And then another notable one is what's credited as being the greatest live rap concert on vinyl, and that is The Roots. The Roots Come Alive. This is credited as being the best. I'm not going to argue with that. That's pretty good. Both of these are pretty hard to get and pretty pricey these days. But if you're into collecting live rap on vinyl, these are two that are essential to have in your collection. A few days ago, I was going through my collection and I came across a live rap concert on vinyl, and I was thinking, a lot of times, quite often, when you want that quality rap performance material, you have to go into the world of bootlegs. Now, everybody knows I'm a really big fan of bootlegs, and so when I came across this record in my collection, I thought maybe I should talk about this. I'm not exactly sure how many live rap concerts on vinyl I have in my collection, but I was able to pull out 5 of them that I wanted to talk to you about and wanted to share with you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about 5 records that I have, and they're live rap on vinyl, and these are bootlegs because there's not a lot of commercial releases. So let's talk about those. Okay, the first record I want to talk about is from the incredible Gangstar Foundation. We have the Group Home Live in London. Can you see that? Group Home Live in London. Now, this I found this record in a collection that I bought some years back, and this is great. These guys, you know how they do it in Europe. They love rap. They have a lot of fun, and Group Home, of course, was an incredible group, with DJ Premier on the production and everything. And this record is fantastic. The sound quality is great. I mean, you can tell that it was recorded through the soundboard and whatnot. And of course, they go through all of the classics, and it's just really fun to listen to this record. I've never gotten an opportunity to actually see Group Home live myself, so this is about the closest I've come. One notable thing that I noticed on this record is they definitely have a DJ solo as a part of the performance. And when I heard the solo, I recognized it right away as being DJ Dummy. Dummy did a routine on the very first ITF where he used the De La Soul, Me, Myself, and I 12 inches. And he does that same set on this record. So when I heard that, I recognized it right away. I thought that was pretty cool because I'm a huge fan of battle DJing and all of those, battle videos from back in the day. And that was one of my favorite routines. So DJ Dummy, he did his thing on here. But this is great, man. On a scale of 1 to 10 as far as sound quality, I would give that probably an 8. It's a real good recording of it. And I would definitely recommend that if you can get your hands on it. It's not very readily available, but who knows? You just got to be a hardcore digger. You'll come across it, I'm sure. So that's the first one I want to share with you. Group Home Live in London. All right, moving on. Second record that I want to share with you guys is the Diabolical Biz Markie. This is the second bootleg we want to talk about. Okay, now this one doesn't really have any title on there. It's just a bunch of random songs on here. There's actually 8 songs on here, and only half of them are live performance. And there are various performances from over the years. One to note, it just says Biz live show. You can tell that it's from the 80s. He does Biz is going off, picking boogers, um, make the music with your mouth, Biz. He goes through those kind of songs. And, that's always fun. If you're a Biz fan like I am, you're real familiar with that. I've been checking him out in concert since the 80s. And so that's a great one. Another song on here is when he performed with the Beastie Boys and he does the Beanie and the Jets Elton John song. That's featured on here. There's another one on here, a really cool performance he does with Redman, where him and Redman is just going off back and forth. And this is the old school Redman. This is the Redman from the second album. That old school hungry, raw dog Redman. That is an incredible performance. Redman and Biz, there you can kind of see the song listing. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. And then another one, which is probably my favorite track on here, is not actually Biz Markie rapping, it's actually Biz Markie DJing, spinning on the 1 and 2s. And that's what it's called, Biz on the 1 and 2s. And he just goes through all of those classic R&B records from back in the day, Fool's Paradise, Outstanding, Rising to the Top, Heartbeat, all of those classic R&B joints that, we used to rock in the club back in the day. Biz is doing his thing on there. And then there's another one, it says Biz and the Beasties, and I guess he's just hanging out in their studio, kind of freestyling on a microphone, and it was recorded and put on here. Sound quality goes kind of back and forth. Some of it is good. Some of it, like this last song he did with the Beasties, is kind of choppy. Not the best sound quality, but still definitely worth checking out. So, and then the rest of them are just regular songs. He's got a song on here with Diamond Shell. He's got a song on here just called Energy. It's got some bonus beats on here, whatnot. Again, that's what the songs are, if you can see that. And this was Preston, England, if you can see that. So that's like a import bootleg. A lot of bootlegs, originated in Europe in some place or another and made their way over here. But this is definitely a classic. I bought this probably back in the early to mid 2000s from a local record shop here. So that's the second record I want to share with you, is Biz Markie. Now, the third record, one of the greatest MCs of all time, everybody's favorite, straight from Harlem, we got Big L and Andre the Giant from Showbiz and AG. This is Big L's last performance in Amsterdam. This is 1998. Big L and AG in Amsterdam. Now, when I first came across this in my collection, and I thought this was a commercial release, but I did a little digging, and it's definitely a bootleg. It's not, it's so well packaged, that I thought it was a commercial release. No, not at all. Bootleg. And I just want to kind of go over some of the songs. That's what the label looks like. I want to go over some of the songs that that Big L does. Let's see. Is this what side is this? Here we go. He does MVP, Dangerous, Size 'Em Up, Ebonics, Devil's Son remix, and then AG comes out. And then AG does Themes, Dreams, and Schemes remix, Next Level Nighttime mix. That's the DJ Premier version. Speak to the Fans, We Do That Too, Full Scale, the Spit remix, Soul Clap, and Day One featuring Big L. and then they do an acapella. That is classic. That is the last Big L performance ever. Big L and AG from Showbiz and AG, live in Amsterdam, 1998. Classic material right there. And that's our third live concert bootleg on vinyl. Moving on. Now the next record is actually the record that I came across that made me want to do this video in the first place. It's from one of my favorite groups of all time, A Tribe Called Quest. And this is simply entitled Tribe Live. Tribe Called Quest. Now I'm not sure where this was, where this took place. I know that the latest song on here is Find a Way. That's from the Love Movement album that came out in 98. So it had to have been right around 98, 99 that this had to come out. And it has an incredible lineup. Look at these song titles. Incredible lineup of songs. Busta Rhymes performs with him. I think the last song on here is Rock Rock Y'all, featuring Punchline, Wordsworth, and Mos Def. But they go through some of their greatest hits, Bugging Out, Oh My God, Find a Way, Bonita Applebon, Start It Up. There's a song in here called Pad and Pen, The Booty, Electric Relaxation, Steve Biko, Stepping It Up. We got the Jazz, Phony Rappers, Can I Kick It? Award Tour Scenario, Check the Rhyme. Great record. Sound quality is good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it probably a 7 or an 8. So the sound quality is fantastic. This is a great record. I'm not even sure where I found this, but I know I've had it for a long time. And I was very excited to add this to my collection. Tribe Live, Tribe Called Quest. Incredible, incredible record. Double vinyl too. I don't recall the check out the labels. I love the that classic Tribe label. It almost kind of has a feel like it's an actual commercial release, but nope, it's definitely a bootleg. This is one you definitely want to add to the collection if you can come across it. So, that's the fourth record I wanted to share with you guys. Tribe Called Quest, Tribe Live. Alright, we're moving right along. Now we're down to the last record that I want to share with you guys. And I kind of cheated a little bit on this one. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how many live concerts I have on vinyl in my collection, but I came across this one. It's from one of my favorite groups, the Beastie Boys. And this is called The Way We Were. Now, the reason I say I kind of cheated a little bit on this one is because we all know the Beastie Boys as being a rap group, but the hardcore Beastie fans know that they started off doing punk rock music. And this actually is a punk rock performance. It's not rap music, it's punk. Alright, sue me. Take it easy. We'll get through this. Beastie Boys punk rock music. It was recorded in 1982, if I'm not mistaken. It's got some of their classic punk songs on here, like Egg Raid on Mojo, and Riot Fight, and Transit Cop. There you can kind of see the lineup right there of all the songs that's on this one. This one was only 300 copies. They're not numbered, but it's definitely limited edition of 300 copies. And I'm not sure when I picked this up, but I know I've had it for a little while. I've had it for some years. One thing I love about this in that classic punk rock fashion is that a lot of punk rockers, they had that whole do-it-yourself kind of attitude when it came to their releases. This one was no different. See, this is not an actual picture sleeve. It's sort of like a wrap-around picture sleeve. You see that? So it doesn't slide in. You just kind of wrap it around, sort of like a book cover. And there's the whole thing. This could be a poster, huh? So there's the whole thing. So if you ever need ideas on how to package up your own material and how to do real cool packaging and real creative releases, just look at a lot of the punk rockers. Here they included a lyric sheet there of all of the songs on there, which you'll see in a lot of rock or punk rock releases. And then on the other side, they've got an old flyer from a show at CBGB's in New York. Classic punk rock club from back in the day. There's the song listing again. And then just a little bit about the group back in those days. So that's kind of how they packaged it. White label, you know, so nothing fancy there. So that's cool. White label, flyer, wraparound packaging. Very creative, cheap. You know, I've even taken on some of these same ideas with my own label. A cheaper, more creative route, if you will. I don't know if you can say cheap and creative at the same time, but I did. So anyway, that's the last record I wanted to share with you. Not rap, but from a rap group. Beastie Boys, The Way We Were. Recorded live at A7 Club in New York City, 1982. Alright? So, that's our 5. Now, what I need to know from you is, what other live rap concerts on vinyl do you know about, or do you think I should check out? I know there's a few that were released in the last few years. There's a Mac Miller. I know there's a J. Cole one. There's a couple of Jay-Z ones. I'm really not into any of those cats. But if you have anything else that you think maybe I should check out, leave them in the comments. Let me know, and we'll talk about it later. Maybe I already own them. I'm not sure. But we're going to stop it there. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, and we'll see you on the next video.